with them shooting at the very least. Otherwise, they probably have an M249, but not on the pistol round. They're going straight into the B bomb side for Teams into the pajamas with some flashbang support. But look at this rotation. Not even stepped foot on the site yet, and there's already 4 people here for Virtus.pro.
Oh yeah, the stack was good, but NiP dismantled it. I was also having a look at like the recent history as to how these teams have been doing. Virtus.pro 12 out of 14 possible wins going back like the last kind of, you know, I'm thinking, wow, what's the month that comes before December?
November. Harry.
There we go, November, right?
Wow.
Sweet, yeah, dude, going back to there.
You're killing it right now.
Get this man a coffee.
And then also, you know, then you got NiP who went 2-8, going back like the same distance. So, you know, VP better history, and that includes obviously amongst all that is Flashpoint, which they did really fucking well at. So yeah, you know, things are looking good. NiP locking in a pistol at least and getting off to a good start. Creeping up ramp, that flash is great just to get them the opener. It's Kicker and his Deagle in with the first. He even gets the AK out of there. I don't know how he's managed to get away with that. There are still 2 players here down towards ramp, but yeah, now an AK retrieved and a 5-on-3 given over. Virtus.pro looking to go for the steal.
We've got Sapphire mashing the keyboard for this series as well, bringing you all the glory.
G Money, G Unit, the girl herself.
Doing the visuals. Oh, Yakinda, second click of the round. Somehow, someway, this is a 5-on-2 within seconds. I don't really know. NiP have been swept on this A site, setting up very slowly behind the ramp. And Yakinda, he's just on a mad one right now. I think we're going to have one hell of a tournament out of him if we, you know, judge from what we've seen from the group stage so far. And maybe a flawless force for VP, unless Nort can do something dirty. He's already been flanked though, and Jame will clean it up. AKs galore for VP, and they're rich.
Oh, that's a statement from Virtus.pro in that second round. So the third round, and VP have got 2 AKs and a Galil. Not too shabby a situation for them. Of course, Sanji will still be SMG tier with the UMP. Not normally what we see him wielding.
More of an MP9 kind of guy.
MP9 Mac 10 all day. I've covered my Mac 10 Discotheque and Sanji stickers.
Nice.
It's only fair.
We've started seeing the UMP make more and more, you know, waves in the game though. I think Glaive has been a player that's really been using it in like every single anti-eco and kind of deadly accurate as well. It's pretty cheap. Can get the job done. And nothing wrong with that $600 bonus. Right now, VP are just trying to kill NiP and they're not even giving them a leg, hiding in under. Twist coming out top mid. Jame flashed up through. Oh, and he's got the hunt as well. NiP going to be forced to go into the B bomb site. Buster to deny a plant at least. That's all he needs to accomplish here.
Oh, but look at them, man. They're all around him. Just staying alive is enough at this point for Buster. And he's doing even more than that. A lot of damage as he's brought it down. Well, you know, I was going to say to a good spot. Traded after 1, but there's the mop up. And that's nice. It's clean. It's looking good. VP, 3 alive. Defuse to come through. And a second on the board. And, you know, you get the bomb down there. You'll take that if you're NiP. But it's not going to put you any closer to purchasing here. Instead, probably just going to be some pistols from the players with that extra cash injection.
Yeah, the UMP was somewhat abandoned when that damage fall-off came in. You know, the UMP is the upgrade to the MP5. People might think MP7 because of the numerical sequence, but no. The UMP 45 is an upgraded MP5 with the folding stock and other such pieces.
It's very sad how bad the MP5 SD is in this game, right? You know, it used to be so much fun, James, but I don't know, they kind of killed it. Oh, Hampus is killing it. Sanji getting deegged out of the round, and Buster will fall as well. That is filthy.
There's been a lot of deagle kills in these here rounds at the beginning of Mirage, which at least shows that everybody's come to play. Seeing plenty of sharp headshots delivered. Virtus.pro now have a decision to make, but perhaps it'll be made for them by the likes of Twist, maybe not.
Yeah, one player feeding there is fine. A second one will be a problem. Plopsky left the ramp though to go back towards top middle, and I think VP had already decided the second that they lost 2 players, they didn't really seem to be moving out of the A bomb site. So killing the lurker, but nothing else. So 2-2. The deegs are back, and that was a full, well, not a full eco, but just a deco for NiP. No armor, no nades, and Hampus just goes crazy. So leading from the front as the in-game leader, you do love to see it, and NiP are back on the board. Now they're going to be rich.
Well, window's been smoked off pretty damn quickly. PDQ. I do wonder if all the players are using the newer smoke, which goes into the middle of the window, so you can't thwart it with a Molotov. Jame and Buster with the AWPs. Jame on his last leg, though, 10 HP. Oh, that smoke hasn't gone where he wanted it to. He knows he's exposed potentially with this gap. Playing on the other side of it, actually. It may yield him a kill. Indeed, it will. He can dart, dropping Hampers from the bottom. That'll give more confidence around that window position. Grenade towards the top of the boxes. Sometimes with the short smoke up, you may see a CT molly deployed top boxes to try and hold some map control. NiP positioned to maybe do something towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, we've seen some big entries there from Hampus, but that is the one man dead for NiP. Jame on the site with the AWP as well. Oh, he's so low, but he nails the headshot first bullet. Repositions for a second fight, and Yakinda has killed some. In the meantime, Jame with another, and this round looks done. Dead, locked up, locked in, maybe, but Jame doesn't take the final shot. He definitely could have had that kill. The second AWP will instead. VP running double AWP just early into this game and having great success with it. Flawless round. This is so back and forth right now. From pistols to eco wins to eco wins back the other way, and now VP, they break NiP's money once more. They wanted to be cheeky. Nork could buy whatever his wildest dreams contain. He could buy an AWP into what will be probably P250s and Glocks, but more likely to drop Deagles or buy a hero AK. They really don't have a lot on the rest.
Guess there's a timeout at present. Smangles from Jame with his 10 HP. So, very back and forth affair at the beginning of Mirage. 3 for 2 in favor of Virtus.pro. Nork with the hero AK-47. I mean, the AWP, excuse me. Twist has the AK-47. I was looking at the gun as I said that. A lot of utility here, though, for Ninjas in Pajamas. So if there is a play to be had through the smoke, Keycut will look to block players. They would be stuck in the smoke as he makes the play. The re-smoke will be telling. Got to be... Well, they don't have the rifles to spray here. Otherwise, he might be in more trouble, but also that would give their position away. Now, he knows he's shown presence, which is why he'll change things up as well. Could be pushed from either side of that smoke. 1 minute, really being patient here. Ninjas in Pajamas. Keycut's very alone on this A-bomb site as well. Everybody else wondering about B. No aggressive positions for VP apart from Kika. Surely this rifle's going to get lost. Indeed, it will be lost immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward now for VP. You do have this big flank from your Kindar coming in, and James, in the meantime,
Do it.
over towards jungle has snuffed one more out, but it is this wrap from your Kindar that could do it all. And somehow, you know, VP, things weren't looking good in the beginning of this round. They end up stumbling back to their feet and they end up locking it in with 3 still alive. So that's sick, man, to get away with that. You know, especially when you lose the first man so early in the round. You know, everyone else, as you highlighted, I think it was you, James, you mentioned how they were all over towards B. It's like, you know, all the rotates were a pretty good while away, a pretty good distance away, but the immediate call for the wrap from your Kindar, the fact that everyone rotates as soon as that first bit of contact comes in and one of the orbs is there early. Nice stuff from VP.
Oh, they're back to the mid control as well. The CT's moving up. Your Kindar with a AUG. They're going to get caught boosting. Oh, does a run boost come out? Or does he peek into the double? The lock. Oh, there's a spot. Now the boost. Ooh, it's pretty weak. And your Kindar, he's done so much damage, but he can't convert kills. Only one. Buster's up on Cat with the AWP. They grab the AWP in mid, but that nade from Sanchi, dunking down Plopsky. Still more players to pick it up and throw it around, but every time it gets picked up, they get put down. It's a cursed AUG. Kicker doesn't know the res is in the window, but at least he has his eyes on the prize. Nice stuff. Only Nork left.
Those Avangard stickers are pretty awesome, by the way. You can see it on Kikert's rifle, especially on Asimov-esque skin. The foil one is quite a touch. And you can put 3.7s on, make it lucky, right? Very underrated. Well, that's all the information that Virtus.pro needed. Thanks to the Molly. James got $13,000.
Yeah.
That needs to be noted.
Big cash. Big money, James. Off to the club. But he won't spend a penny. He's saving everything he's got. The AWP, the cash. Dropping another one over, though. And we've got the full guns. We've still got the double AWP from Buster as well. Still on the catwalk. NiP go back to A out of spawn. Hampus working middle. Again, only kick it under the balcony, but last time was not a problem for VP having a weak A hold. Kicker in a great position to get multiple kills. 3 in the palace. They're going to walk through smoke. If they go through this, oh, he sees the barrel. That's a freebie, and it's a double as well. Bomb goes flying towards him. He mollies it. The AWP could take a blind shot, but James picks up the ramp player instead, and Hampus is too late to the party.
All because of the barrel of a gun poking out that smoke. It's very unfortunate for Ninjas in Pajamas. And again, considering how much money Virtus.pro have, just look at it. It's out of control. They're going to need a good 2-3 rounds to break Virtus.pro. This is a really bad start now to Mirage for Ninjas in Pajamas. There's the man himself. He's the most underrated pro in the game, 100%. My opinion is facts.
Yeah, what makes you say that, James? I'm curious.
Because of the, like, what they do with him by design in terms of the tools he uses, playing short with MP9 and so on. Rather than it be like, oh crap, I guess I better make do with this. It's kind of like part of their toolkit.
Yeah.
And the way he's utilized swinging out of boiler with a Mac 10 with pop flashes and so on. Very difficult, thankless task, which might not allow you to light up the scoreboard every time, but it plays a very important part in the system that Virtus.pro have. He's got the dirty jobs, you know.
Yeah.
He's got the overalls on.
I mean, you know, we used to know the Joker as well, like at least Hugo and I did, about how like VP are one of the only teams out there with like a dedicated SMG player, right? But it's like, I guess it's because for a lot of the kind of things where it's all about creating space for your team and allowing, you know, providing the money and stuff.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sanji gladly takes those up. And like you say, it's not just making do, right? That's like where he's comfortable, which is actually really cool. So look, we got these pistols out for. Yeah, go on.
I was actually going to say, just related to this topic, Sanji is one of the top 5 headshot percentage players of all time. I'm pretty sure he's up there. So definitely something to keep in mind. Like with SMGs, I imagine as well. That's kind of crazy. Obviously, those double dinks are delicious, but to be consistent, that's pretty damn good. But let's see. Those pistols, Harry, they're here.
Well, these are pretty dry rounds for now, but again, they really must do some damage. Ninjas in pajamas. James threatening to have maximum money. 30 seconds, and you can see Virtus.pro starting to become a little more passive. A bit awkward to be passive though from Yukindar's position, so he'll have a little help, but generally speaking, NiP are... Oh, okay, well that's come from nowhere. They've lost the bomb though, which means that they could lose by timeout unless they get back to that bomb soon. However, things have become expensive. They've done $18,000 in damage. Things have turned around dramatically. But
Yeah,
this is not going to get planted. No, they will be denied. They'll all die after, before the time runs out at the very least. I was starting to wonder. So, on on one side for a viewer, that round's pretty boring, but there's a definite purpose to it for NiP to take money away, and they certainly did that.
Yeah, James Time saves VP there, right? Obviously, Kicker does mop him up from the CT spawn, but James staying alive in the market. If Kicker dies there to the nade, and there's a chance to NiP to win the round just off of kills with seconds remaining, but James is too far away, so his passive positioning actually nailing one for VP, and he'll pick up the first as well. Now Max Money is around the corner. He keeps dropping guns like a good teammate, though, knowing that eventually his money will be thrown into the void. May as well make something of it. Popsky hunting him. That's a good kill. 3 on 3 now. Mid controlled almost, although they don't know. Solo B player in Sanji, and a T lurking behind the apartment smoke as well, so got to be very careful.
Again, noise is cut. Smoke is deployed in the window. Bomb maybe collected by Nork soon.
Uh-oh.
Very useful molly on the end of the balcony. And Sanji hasn't seen the bomb. This could be a lurk for all they know. No other footsteps near to us, but we can see the rotation as Buster is spotted towards B. That's dangerous for the bomb to move around with. Plopsky trying to clear the A bomb site. Kika playing defensively now. Playing for the round win. Surely he's got some sound cues on the A bomb site.
Oh, it's for him as well. Kicker. He's playing the retake. It's the last thing they'll expect. They've been given so much room. CT plant. Orb is coming through connector. Nork and Plopsky posted in the spawn, playing very deep. They have the bomb for their favor. They know their back is covered, and this is now a really good position for NiP. Double nades for VP. Will they make anything of that utility? They know where NiP likely are trapped, and Kicker just patiently waiting for a peek from Nork. He gets it. Plopsky in a 1v2 time to his favor. If he can get one kill back out, that's massive, and he's done it. It's the round for NiP. No way to trade. He's got to stick the bomb, and Plopsky running it with a Glock. Oh, Buster gets the kill, but there is no time. I definitely feel like Kicker could have jumped the gun there and gone out.
And challenged the ramp, right?
The plant. I don't know if he didn't hear it. Maybe there were comms going. Maybe he just wanted to play it safe, but they really took some time on that retake.
Well, there's still more money for NiP to clear out as they rack up some rounds here to make their lives easier later on. James, Yukindar and Kika all with 11 frags apiece. There's a molly into the window expecting the smoke, and the smoke actually misses entirely. There was a round a long time ago where the smoke was missed deliberately, but I forget what the full strat was. I think normally it's just a sheer mistake. Rez and Plopsky dead early. And again, if anybody's watching this back, there is a smoke which you can throw where even if there's a molly, window is still smoked cleanly, no gaps. Not done from the bin side, but the other side of spawn. So for now, there's a 4 versus 3 for Virtus Pro. We could see there's some high ground for NiP towards that B bomb site. But what is Hampus's role in this? He's top mid at the moment. I think he's just smoked top connector. Indeed, he has.
Oh, he found another.
That could be so useful for him. Could attract attention towards mid because there's dry peaks in B-apps in the meantime. Twist peeking without the bomb. Now they start to wonder. Hampus is trying to creep up. Superior angle. Buster closer to the corner of contention. Keeps Hampus alive. Oh boy, James is fast with that AWP. 24 seconds for Hampus now. 1 versus 3. And James ready for him as well.
Honestly, he's got to be one of the fastest AWPers in the game right now. This guy's so quick. 13-2. And man, how do you get past this double AWP, right? Buster holding contact in apartments. He is traded, but James coming in and denying the plant. Nork needed to go for it, but he's clearing so many spots. James doubles down. 8-3 for VP. It's NiP's map pick as well. So not the start they had in mind.
I think VP might be my favorite to win this event, man. Like they have just been so good, and like it's quite a cool recovery story as well, because I just can't get over the last time you and me got to cast these guys, right? And the storyline going into that is someone will be getting kicked. And now they're looking really, really sick. Kind of scary as well. Still feels like they've got even more to give. NiP this round, they're getting churned up over at the B bomb site. 3 players here for VP, a lock in 4 actually, and they get that one flawlessly. So money made now as well.
That looked like a lineup for Sanji. I don't know if it was just thrown on the fly, but he threw the taco smoke towards bench that you often just drop to cover, you know, the cross here and just play in the corner. He does, but you'll notice there's a gap on the bottom right side that he uses. So that's why it looks like purpose, right? Twist gets a shot through it, but Sanji can see feet, and that's very favorable for him. So nice little way of changing the game a little bit. The expectation is that smoke is full and you can cross to the site, but Sanji does not let you do so. And now he has an AK. He's not even running SMGs. That's not fair for NiP. That's just not allowed. So,
yeah, that's a quite interesting note on the smoke. I'm gonna have to try that myself. Generally, that smoke it'll give the CT some cover to rotate into the site from market door. But that's certainly a more lethal way to use it. Both teams fighting for connector. There's a smoke on either side, but Yakindar's the one who's creeping. Speaking of creeping, we can see NiP moving around the smoke. They say hello to each other. Sanji gets more than a hello, and that gives NiP a man advantage at the minute mark. The bomb rotating out of B-apps towards A, where Twist is on the ramp. I expect the bomb will join him. It looks like a split will be attempted. Kika traded after a nice shot onto Plopsky. Rez could be in trouble. He has North for support, but not expecting Buster's angle. The trades, though, keep going in favor of NiP.
Oh, they've done well to turn this into what it is now. They're pressuring the man over here in jungle. They're not going to overextend. It is James after all. James actually looking like you. Yeah, I was going to say, what are we witnessing? That's a little out of character as he's peering in the 1v3. And then he realizes, wait, hang on. I have this whole gig that I'm meant to do, this whole thing. They
already know they're so ready, they're under. TikTok, it's James time, baby. He's dropped his AWP. Is he going to go back for it, assuming he doesn't die, or is there another one around?
He's going to go back for it.
Yeah, this is kind of like mega brain here for James. He knows he has time to get it, but he might get caught in movement. Oh dear, right out the apartment, and he... Oh, okay. No. Well, so he doesn't get the AWP. Kind of, I like the idea, but the fight comes in at the last second. Sort of unnecessary, right?
Really didn't want them to have it.
I love how you were just calling him mega brain on the build-up.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to pick it back up, right? That's like part of the game, right? You know, that's not on me. It's Mega Brain until you don't pick up the AWP.
Normally you see something like that if, say, T's are on the A bomb site and they want to see if someone is in Palace. The sniper might drop his AWP outside and run in with the sidearm.
Yeah.
So nothing of value is lost.
Yeah. Well, at least they're rich, right?
Yeah. I really didn't want them to... Maybe it's a sign of respect. I would rather potentially almost save my AWP than let you have it.
Yeah, and
Or maybe it's just petty. Maybe he's just like really petty.
Hey, it works. NiP haven't had an AWP this T side other than that one round that Nork had an AWP into an eco.
Twist has gotten out and they don't know. And they're like, but
take nothing for granted.
Mate, Kicker's bonkers. When this guy was in Tengri, the old days, all the attention was on Buster because of his D. Because, man, this guy is such a young talent, and it's so great seeing this whole team still succeed. And Kicker looks so good on this A site right now. 4-on-3.
Well, thanks for playing, Hampus. See you next week.
Oh, it's bullying.
That is unreal, man. He tries to get out through the smoke. It's all left onto Rez. Tagged by the AWP the first time around. And they don't flush him out. So 10 on the board for VP. Looking real clean right now. Really nice from this VP squad. And for NiP, well, you know, I hate to break it to you, but they are going to be onto like this kind of weird few AK like Overwatch ban.
I know people will get you Overwatch banned, don't worry. Oh,
it's all I really want, man. I look at it like a mark of honor. You know, if you get Overwatch banned, but you ain't, there's nothing wrong with you, and people just think you that good, that's a badge of honor.
You get reported most games we play, Harry. The enemies are usually pretty vocal about that.
Normally, because they're kind of bad, you know, like that's the key to it all, really. Privilege that you don't get if you found yourself in this server where on both sides, you know, these players are terrifying. Buster holding on to Palace. He's opened the round up, just gets rewarded with the Glock, you know, sits around, waits out his time. Now they're in a 5-on-4. Oh, connected, by the way. There's the barrel. Bye-bye. Another one locked in for VP. Feeling good about it now.
Twist closing the distance. Plopsky will be heard on the rotation. They know there's one CT at the very least. Two USPs have been collected by Virtus.pro, evening the range versus Plopsky and Twist. Very awkward now for Ninjas in Pajamas. Only Kevlar to be lost. No kit on the players who are alive. Not sure if there's one on the site. And now Plopsky is very much outnumbered. They'll get there eventually, absorbing the bullets until there's no HP left. Virtus.pro take the pistol round. 11-5. Good way to start the first half. To finish my bear story, the polar bear was playing with the padlock of his cage trying to open it. So I was terrified because they're bigger than cars. And they can run faster than you and climb things and swim. So I was ready to trip up a human to save myself.
What terrain can you beat a polar bear on? If it's not trees, ice, water, or land, there's not many trains left.
There is no terrain. That's the problem. There is no survival. You will die.
Man, that's why I like having you here, because you got bear stories, man. You know what I mean? So we're
big up yourself.
Yeah, man. We're into this this little 2-on-4, and it's gotten kind of juicy. You know, it's just these pistols, and it still is just the pistols. And wow, they find the round with just the pistols.
Whoa.
Who knew? 6 on the board for NiP. That's a little more exciting. Now the blood's flowing. Now we're all awake and we're ready to go. And NiP, they're looking to grind their way back into this game. It was never going to be easy, but that's certainly helped out a great deal. Great stuff here as well from Twist. Getting that little double, leaving them, you know, in a significant man advantage in a really good spot. And VP at that point, they've done that thing where, you know, you're just trapped out on a limb at Tetris. Your whole play is just slowed down to a crawl, and now they're onto pistols.
Rez has the same M4 and knife to part off. Man of taste.
That's a good way to drop in that you own a Howl, James. I like that. Can we show off your skin collection at some point on this stream? I feel like it deserves it.
Do you know what? I used to have, I had a factory new Howl I bought a long time ago for $700. And I sold it for $1,100 and thought, yeah, man, I made a profit. But geez, they're like 2K now or something.
Someone back when I first started playing Counter-Strike years ago, I knew this guy got really into skins. He owned a Howl. He had one like, you know, it got made, whatever the ultra rare name is.
Contraband.
Contraband, that's it. It got made that, but he owned one before, and he was like freaking out at how much money it was worth. And then 3 months later, he got VAC banned for cheating, and so now he's just got thousands of dollars worth of inventory stuck in his account. But the guy cheated, so fuck him. You know, I think it's as simple as that, really.
Get dabbed
I
on.
quite enjoy
Play stupid games, man. Win stupid prizes. That's
Lose
the saying.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it that happens. It's rewarding.
Of course, till this day, still adamant it was his cousin, but don't associate with the guy.
Removed,
so
yeah.
Sorry, guys. It was my brother. Haha.
Oh, what was that guy blaming some woman's name? I forgot.
Clara.
Clara.
Yeah.
Damn it, Clara.
Oh my God,
You're in full
Clara.
chiefs again.
Warhack show up on the stream. Nice. Smart move. What could go wrong? Well, right now, it's Rush B, I'll plant A, and it might actually work. No one's on the site. They've dropped on in. Mollies are good, but the bomb plant's found, and yeah, NiP were playing safe, right? They weren't actually playing in the A site, at least drawn out by some of the B pressure, but no one sat default, no one to stop the plant. That's a good round for VP. They had Glocks and flashes, so money made. And a round saved for NiP, up to 8. I thought this was going to be a blowout, honestly. So without that forced by win, maybe it could have been. But now NiP have really put down the building blocks, laid the foundations to what could be a good game.
And I had something super awesome to say, then I forgot it. No, I ain't got nothing to say. Over to you, Harry.
Over to me, all right. Well, look at this. NiP streaking a couple together. Can they keep the good times rolling in? James now donning this AWP, so things have gotten a little more intense all of a sudden.
Oh, there's that molly I was talking about. Over the boxes when the short smoke is up. Actually give you some cover to throw it and limit the map control. Can be a nice response.
This is looking like this is looking like a little A split, right? With this comp play coming in later in the round. And with Plopsky over here in con, Sanji seeming aware of it. They flush Rez out of the connector with that Molotov as well. Plopsky's still here, but on the swing, good for one. There's the trade for Sanji. And now he waits. He's applying a lot of pressure just by being in connector. The rest of the team now try and get in, and that's a big flick from Buster. Oh, Sanji wins his fight in the connector as well. And suddenly you're down to 2 if you're NiP.
It's really rough. Buster will get taken out. There will be a trade which leaves Norkin in 1 versus 3. Bomb has not been planted though. Where does he go with the scope? Focus on default. Kiko and Palace. You hear one falling back towards jungle. Now he's got nowhere to go. Unless he drops a smoke down, which actually gives him a route for escape.
Now what he needs to do here is throw his AWP on bench and pull out his P250 and start taking fights. See,
he would have survived otherwise if he did that.
Now he's giving James an AWP. Look, James got an AWP. How's that fair?
Can't believe he's done this.
12 to 8 though. Big rifle round for VP. As soon as they get the guns back, right, it was only a matter of time. With the bomb plant in the previous round, they get it done on A. Still money for NiP. But this will be their last buy if things don't go right. And then they'll be up against 13. So basically forced to eco, and this game could slip through their fingers.
This is the pick of Ninjas in Pajamas, and that is the pick of Jame in round 21, making it a 5 versus 4. Moving away from the A bomb site now, we can see that Twister's made inroads in B apartments as with the shortcomings in their personnel. Ninjas in Pajamas need info, and they'll get info the hard way. Cold steel into the face. 5 versus 3. Now they're not even in position to be in the same place to potentially save as you may do on say an Inferno, where you commit to one bomb site together. So it may be a slow, painful death unless they can get a multi-frag.
Gotta say, NiP logo, it is growing on me. I was never really that against it at the beginning.
Oh my god, James, so ready.
Yeah, filthy shot. They know Plopsky was up here as well earlier. Still not deterred though. Bomb going B. Market smoke going down from Buster, and James flashing A only to keep a player there. They're going to run it, make it nice and loud. Plopsky does have a molly, but needs to win these gunfights, jumping out the apartment, and Plopsky is just playing safe. Might be a save after all here for NiP. In very precarious positions, considering VP are still split to middle. Look at Sanji in connector. Bomb can be planted, no problem. But they're already hunting. And so NiP are going to be hard-pressed to get away with these guns.
I'm excited for Dust 2. Do you guys have a favorite team to watch on any map? Or favorite teams?
I'm trying to think, you know, because we spent a lot of time covering NA, so I'm like a big Furia fan.
Yeah, that's an every map for me, Furia.
Yeah, right. That's the problem, because I was thinking about it. I was thinking, like, what do I like watching them on the most? And then I'm like, I just kind of like watching Furia full stop, you know? Yeah. I'm trying to think as well. Like, I think Mouse Sports Train is always pretty cool. Like, you know, I like what Robs is capable of over at Pop. I like how Carrigan plays over at Main. But, you know, they're not. It's weird because while I like that, you know, they're not the most like consistent team you've ever seen there.
I'd say VP on Overpass are a really fun team to watch as well on the
that's
CT
a good
side.
shout.
We saw that in that other game the other day, but it's always a pleasure. James, it's not fair, really. It's just so ready. It looks like you're watching a Waller because he is just Wing to the, he runs down mid, zero fear, W's up to fight the ticket
and then
guy.
scopes
It's
ticket,
like,
yeah.
what, you're scoping ticket 10 seconds into the round and just, yeah, I won't die from short or mid or con or window. Like, smoke was down short, but even so, James, absolute legend of the game. And I hope we have him here for a while. 13-8, and this one is almost done. What about you, James? What team do you like on what map?
I quite enjoy Virtus.pro on Dust 2. I think a lot of teams have absorbed things from the way they play on Dust 2. Obviously, the obvious thing is the smokes towards the A bomb site. Of course, James in mid with the AWP as well catches a lot of players rotating left to right. So that's an easy one. Of course, like a Furia on any map is a given as well. I like the Mouse Sports call, especially the way they're playing at the moment, which of course is very recent with the current team they have. But yeah, Virtus.pro just stuck out to be like, I like looking at things to even absorb for myself as a player as well as a commentator. I think I need more coffee before I can give you a deeper answer than that.
Yeah, I think the both of you, one thing you can both learn from VP in this matchup is James isn't sitting in spawn opening cases during live rounds, and so that's advice that maybe both of you could take home today.
We won by landslide.
Yeah, we won those games, dude. We were just AFK till we were in like a 2v2 opening cases.
Keep in mind, some of those games were broken matchmaking. We did queue 5 globals and get in an MG2 game. That didn't really feel too
It's like
fair.
I always say, man, CS is easy if you play against the right people. And look at this, right? Plopsky over here in the ladder room. He's been good in this position. He gets that little kill. Chips away at VP, trying to go even further as well. Will he spot the man out here in middle? No, he doesn't. Sanji. There, ready and raring to go. It's Hampus back here in CT, and he's calling for a rotate. But at this point, man, I don't know. This A site is already falling into the hands of the enemy. Twist is rotating round, but the bomb's going down now for VP, and this is a really rough spot for NiP to be in. Someone's got to go huge, and it has to be Hampus. He really doesn't have a choice in the matter anymore. There's the first, but the tag comes in, and that will solidify the save to give away 15.
Do you still refer to the Virtus.pro with this roster on Virtus.pro?
Not really.
See, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Too inconsistent.
Well, I feel like that's something which should rest with the polls.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking for a second, like, how, like, so in England, we spell plow P-L-O-U-G-H, but in America, they spell it P-L-O-W.
Yeah.
So you can tell they just looked at it and were like, we really can't be asked for this bullshit, and just kind of just made it as simple as possible.
Plow. Yeah, they love taking U's out of words for some reason.
They probably just claimed they forgot when they went over. Oh, sorry, mate. We just, didn't remember.
Right now, though, this might be a done game. Twist doesn't want it to be. Finding a pickup mid, it's a full AX sec, and I say AX sec, they're not even using their util, they're just walking out ramp. So, Rez. Nice little off angle. Sanji's out, and he's dead now. Rez, is he going to get traded? No. Push from the Palace, catching him in the open, then throwing Molotovs instead. Will reach Rez, but he's got loads of room, and no one moved, so, he could have hidden behind triple. Instead, he swings. James gets the kill, and now this round is a little more interesting.
Oh, it's all frozen in time a little bit now. Kicker as well, even holding for a T-spawn wrap. And he is going to get given one if he waits long enough. Look at Plopsky. Oh, you'd be raging. If you walk all the way T-spawn and you get killed by Kicker, that is... that would have been rough, but it doesn't happen. Instead, he might hit a good timing here. Now, Plopsky's flank is in the hands of his teammates here inside of this A site, right? They've just got to buy him some time.
A lot of jiggling happening. 17 seconds, things become awkward now. James risks losing. No, he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Twist doing what he can, leaving James alone now. 1 versus 2. Low time on the clock. AWP might be collected, but Plopsky can't find it in time. So even though we could see it under the body, the bodies don't drop the same for every player. So I'm sure the body was on top of the gun, which is why it looks like he ran straight past it. But again, the models are client side, not server side in the way they drop. So it was probably on top of the gun for him.
The games go on. And NiP won't go down without a fight. And Hampus, he drops under to find Sanji, killing him with his own weapon, to a degree. Kinder's out mid, there's 2 players on Cat, and he could jump bench and take those fights, but they go ladder, and the window's smoke, there's nothing he can do. Hampus comes out from lower late, Kinder not able to kill him. And now VP, desperate, in what is a huge round for not only the money of NiP, but double digits, and suddenly you're starting to believe again VP's money will run out soon. So they should at least try and soften things up and take players out of this round, not let NiP keep 5 alive at a bare minimum.
Oh, sneaky. Down through Cat. Now there is this com player. James won't have an angle on Plopsky just yet. Raz instead looking to be that first point of contact over here at short side. He hears the footsteps in the apartments. That's got him off the shore. There's the peak from Plopsky, but out of the round because of Kicker. Into the 3-on-4. VP, 25 seconds. They've left it down to the wire if they do want to go for this. And up through connector, they get blindsided by Nork. Time is the real enemy of VP in this round, and they're already saving. They're giving it up. So 10 on the board for NiP. Still trying to make this comeback happen.
I love how James just put his sticker straight on the head of the Dragon Lord. No F's given whatsoever. Oh, we still have 5 game points for Virtus.pro, but the money is not perfect. But they've got some. Yekindar 4.5k, Buster 3,700. I'd expect to see a buy here around what they have. 5 more tests for Ninjas in Pajamas.
Have they studied? Hampers, aggro ramp play, Molly's down, they're going to flash over, doesn't get him, but he's quick switching. Big yikes on that, he almost dies, but I think that would have been a kill, honestly. He looked dead on the money, but late to shoot. Oh, Yekinda's out, Con, is he going to clear this angle? Surely not. Norg has him with his back turned. Hampers back to the site, Buster with an entry, so good at finding these picks out Palace. It's a good grenade down on the ramp side. 2 players cross-firing, but Norg peeks out early and dies. Hampers drops the bomb, but he's trapped underneath. He's going to try and force engagements. Kicker with a headshot, and somehow, someway, VP are making this work, but that bomb crossing is a whole different kettle of fish. They are getting boiled alive by Twist, dropping another. Kicker in the clutch to close the map, and he might just have it on the palm of his hand. Twist giving it up, saying if you want that bomb, go and take it. And he uses the time to wrap all the way around spawn. This is a really good call. Kicker is playing so patient. By the time he starts considering this, it's already too late.
Surely Twist peeks and sees the bomb is still there. Oh, now he knows what he needs to know. There we go. Another one in the bag. A little too safe for Kika. But you can never be too sure. It's 1 step made. That was enough. There's another one in the bag for NiP, this time by Wipeout, which will make things a little easier for them, as we can see. No AWP saved this time for Virtus.pro, just the pistols. 1 Tech 9, not being as used as I think it might be in future. Moving accuracy of that is quite something. Grenade could be meaty here. Won't be as bad as expected. But we heard falling out, and Buster with that will go straight through the smoke. HE grenade's not going to land much of anywhere. There are grenades into the site. But there's also cavalry. We've got a 3rd man in res making his way to help the defense, and the angles are superior for Ninjas in Pajamas, as well as the weaponry. They find themselves in a 5 versus 2.
Look at Yekindar. They've really put faith in the fact that he was going to get something done on this mid lurk, right? Cut down rotations. That just hasn't happened. No one's offered anything up. Oh, the dink to Nork. Nah, surely you don't. No, you're not meant to win that. Oh, dear.
Like
the
this.
Glock has got a kill as well. There's an AWP that Yekindar can look to pick up. Now, there's already a player back here in CT who is low. Yekindar dropped out of the round, and I'm very, very thankful that they've stopped that before it becomes a big problem. Kicker, armed with the Glock,
no.
and that's all he's got. Did they see him? I don't think they did. Now, that's not really going to help you. You've only got this Glock to make a round happen in 25 seconds. You need the kill, then another, then the bomb plant. And it's not going to happen, is it? 12 on the board for NiP. Closer and closer. You know, it didn't feel that doable a few rounds ago. Well, now they're hot on the heels of VP. They've got them right where they want them, up against the wall in terms of the money. Still a little ways to go, and it is going to start to feel a little grindy as that loss bonus starts to cap out for VP. But this is within your grasp now.
Yeah, you really need to close now if you're VP, right? This is another big buy. They're going to come every other round at this point. Oh, boost, run boost, Yekinda. Oh no, not going over the gap in the smoke, and Plopsky picks him up, falling off of his teammate's head. That is not how it was supposed to go. Oh dear. VP, a man down in a crucial round. and nothing to say about it. NiP can sit back and relax right now. They've got all their grenades. They haven't taken a shot of damage. Nork on the orb rotating.
2-0.
Does feel like the 2-0. I feel like, you know, we saw signs of life at the end of Mirage, but too little too late maybe. I mean, I'm saying that before the map's even begun, right? So who knows? Hopefully NiP can bring something special here, but as long as things go to plan for VP, this should just be a quick, clean 2-0. Although I say that, I feel like 2-0s have been fleeting in CS Summit 007. So yeah, we haven't had really any or many, maybe 2 in the tournament so
Yeah,
far.
you guys got one last night, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they've mostly gone the way. It's been a long slog for a lot of these matches, so the 2-0s have been quite rare.
Yeah, so I imagine this is where that happens for a third time though. VP should clean this one up, especially with James looking as good as he is, right? Like, okay, we laugh at that one round where he drops the orb, but otherwise he is hitting all the shots he needs to hit. And here we go, map number 2, Dust 2. We're getting on in CS Summit 007 playoffs. It's our second quarter final.
Well then, Ninjas in Pajamas will be starting on the CT side. James spotting with the Glock. I always think if someone's going to spot that, they might as well have a P250. But anyway, Sanji gets insta-gibbed towards long. And we've got NiP with some presence in mid, looking for any more lurkers, which will maybe put him out of position for a B play, which seems to be coming in. Nork is making his way over towards B, though. There's a smoke for the door itself, even with the lurk smoke out. Twist making his way to that car position. Rotation coming through. After delivering kills in the meantime. And that leaves James alone as the last man to fall on the B bomb site. Surely it's coming. There it is from Rez. NiP take the pistol. Swift.
Very uncomfortable round, right? Like Twist just running through the door, whiffs an entire mag, still gets away with a kill. VP may have got the door smoke in, but they didn't really get much further than the tunnels. So probably just the full eco with one Glock here for Sanji. Don't really force too much on Dust 2. Pretty dead. Sanji gonna pop him out lower. Through the mid doors, perhaps.
Oh, now they're interested. Get that flash in there, Sanji. Here it is. Push doesn't find anything. There's the cat play from Nork, helped out by his teammates over here in middle and cat. They're able to do damage, get out of there, keep this advantage. The org tapping down these players at range. So this should be the nice clean round for NiP that we were hoping for. Yes, it is. Never had a moment of doubt in my mind. NiP onto that second, but now the buy round is on the cards for VP bright and early.
Clean up in mid doors. Promising start perhaps for Ninjas in Pajamas. James on the AWP already. No Kevlar required. Can jump on that box on suicide. Get an angle on short if you want one. Lurk smoke will force Yukindar away quietly. See how long it takes Virtus.pro to take short control. Many players heading towards the tunnels of B at the moment. Flashbang being held for short for the time being, but nobody making their way there. Apart from Ninjas in Pajamas, they have control of long with Plopsky in the pit now. And Rez is going to have a look, see what's happening on short, try and create some space for himself, but Kike will be beyond the smoke. I think he may have heard the fall off into CT spawn as well. Now, does he try and pull players towards the A bomb site? Does he just creep out all the way here?
This is big, man. That's a lot of positioning. And he knows that because that smoke bloom, that they're not going to be paying attention towards this short side just for a moment at least, right? Just to give him a little bit more room to play with. Now that this smoke is down on Cat, NiP are looking back into the site, but there's the tap that deals with Plopsky, and now holding the mid-rotate is Sanji as well, just to sweeten the deal. And this is already a save for NiP, or at least it should be. And maybe they get Sanji in top mid. They don't manage that even. So yeah, just the save cemented.
Well, how about that to lose your first fire round? 5v5 and you get shot from the middle of the A-bomb site. Got to be careful about your sound cues. I mean, that was basically one off of sound cues. They were posting up to make a play into the B bomb site, very committed. But Kika, it's like, okay, you just run away from short and jumped into CT spawn. I'm close enough to the smoke to not believe in it, go through it. And just slides his way into the A bomb site, and there we go.
Easy does it. Yeah, great little move. Very blasé, and NiP just thinking, surely not. Sometimes you got to leave gaps and just hope that no one takes them, but VP stealing space. And setting B early as well with the bomb. 2 down middle, so it might not be an explosive round out of spawn, but if they were to do so, there's only one man towards that B bomb site. It could be a chance for VP. Molly comes in early. Just twist, but Hampus is nearby with a full belt. VP not in a rush, they're waiting out the mid molly as well. Kiki going to try and come in on this late lurk. And when things go very quiet out of spawn like this on Dust 2, you often assume that it's going to be some sort of B play. Obviously, they don't have the mid info right now, which is dangerous. It means that VP could be on Cat. They're not. They're exploding the site. Twist and Hampers crossfire, dropping the bomb. Good headshot for Yakinda. They know Twist is tucked to the car. He's fighting for these packets and flashes in, but Twist goes wide with a double, and Kicker is late to the tunnels rather, or the party. And might have to save. Oof. Save's good though. It means he can buy next, and you know, I mean, he was going to get a bit of loss. It would be fine. He's got 3k, but this is also good. It means he can drop a gun over and buy a couple of grenades. So it's the right call. Great B hold.
Not much more for Kikert to do here. Much needed money though. He can drop a second AK for his team. Slowly waiting things out. NiP have no business hunting at the moment. They've got to secure their own money after that round prior. AWP will be nice. 3 AK-47s on the CT side. That could be a game changer in these duels. Twist now just making some space for Hampus to come in and help as well. Oh, just lined up for him, huddled together like penguins. But the heat came from a different source. 3-1 finishes in pajamas. So we still see an AWP on James. 3 AKs in the Galil. Reasonable levels of utility as well. There's that jump on the box to look towards short. But nobody's short just yet for Ninjas in pajamas. Establishing their control of long with a deep incendiary. Again, Plopsky will be left in the pit. Now, as a CT sniper playing on the A-bomb site, one of your roles will also be to offer flashbang support, let's say, to the player in the ramp, should a push come in later on towards long. So we'll keep an eye on that as the half and game progresses. So much earlier this time, Virtus.pro have got presence on that short position. Now, what is their next step?
Our Cat with their eyes primed for this A site. But of course, still at any point can drop into a mid to B. It's a beauty of Dust 2. You don't necessarily need to commit set your util up, see if you can get that kill. If not, you can always drop Molly in mid, kick it using it to get up on the Xbox. And NiP fall back towards 2B right now. There's the God B smoke coming through for Yakinda. Going to be flashing their way into the A site. Molly is good. Yakinda goes ahead of it though. He knows this orb can't see him from the corner. There's a man in Goose to clear out, and Yakinda does a great job. Twist is dead as well. The orb picked apart by James, and in the pit sits one man, but he can't really play into this round. Seconds in to the execute, and VP haven't taken a single point of damage, but they have netted 3 kills. And surely a second round.
It is with brutality that Virtus.pro will outmaneuver an NiP in some of these rounds. Money not great again. Three for 2. See what NiP will do with their cash. Res Nork can buy. Plotsky can drop 1. So they may be a bit short, but the buy could be reasonable. And then indeed they will invest. Nork picks up the AWP, no Kevlar. So both snipers have been naked in the few rounds that we have seen so far here on Dust 2. Holding the line. If he takes pot shots through the smoke, there's potential that he could be peeked from the mid doors in the meantime. So while his teammate runs down, he'll just hold the angle. And again, it's the approach on short. James loves to look through these mid doors. A violent exchange. Hampus gets most of it. Not in his favor, of course. Minute 10 on the clock. Plotsky a little more aggressive towards long this time. Normally sitting in the pit, but threatening to maybe go through these doors at some point. We'll keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, Virtus.pro may have intentions towards B.
Creepy Crawley is Buster. Twist with a D, needs some big spam work here. Oh, they clear him, he's tucked to the corner. Sanji does, looking away. Great entry. VP can now smoke the door and just guarantee the round. Force NiP out of this one to save. James could even take further players down after time. Oh, they're going to walk right by him. Bobsky checks it, fair play, but still a kill for James. And there's more in the spawn. Oh, get out of there, buddy.
Feeling a bit aggressive today, James.
Not just today.
Three to 3. I think 3 of NiP got just the 1 kill at the moment. CT side does 2, not easy. And again, saving a bunch of weapons. Got lots of rounds where the buy isn't quite ideal. No one running down suicide. There'll be some pot shots through the smoke, and maybe that's a tell actually for VP. Well, Rez has made his way up towards top mid to try and do something aggressive, make up for those shortcomings. And James is being eliminated, and they go T-Code as well. 2 for 1. They could be happy with that for the time being. NiP. Twist is able to fall back and retain some map control. Maybe invite a peek from Buster. He must be careful though as well. Sanji, in the meantime, has made his way up long and is seemingly going back down again. Unless he went the other way around. He'll soon be met by Nork with the AWP, jumping into the angle. There it goes. assumptions were made, and things may become painful now for NiP after the opportunities they gave themselves.
Yeah, VP had so much room to back out mid, get the bomb, grab the AWP. There are still guns in the middle, so they can be picked up with the players pushing at the top mid, but smoke on the cross, double down, and now the bomb can make its way to the site. Popsky's grabbed the AWP in the smoke, using it to his advantage. His flank is never coming through as Twist will just group with his team. Bomb has still made it. Plopsky, a boost will be a really good play here. Yeah, they're going to go for it, throwing the M4 up on the Timothy top, and the spray is good. Sanji will trade. They know now Plopsky is here near, and Twist has actually gone back on the flank only to reconsider. He could have really had an opportunity to strike them in the back line, but he doubles back towards Cat. 15 seconds. Sanji, he's read it well. He plants for long. He knows short. Likely to rotate with this player not having come in time yet. It's still a risk though. 50-50, and 3 kills already for Sanji. 8 bullets. Coming right up the catwalk. Oh, the move. Oh, he didn't spot him. Sanji has no idea, but it goes both ways. He's got to know. Too much time has ticked off. He has to know Twist's sight. He's making noise, and Sanji just flicks him in the face. Twist had to run. He knew he could have been long with the plant there, so not much he really could do in that position. But yeah,
Kevlar either.
Yeah, I gotta say, Twist, like he pushes top mid, he grabs a gun, he regroups Cat, then he goes long, then he goes back Cat. Like if he makes either of those decisions and commits with it, he can help his team in that 2-on-1 and trade. But Sanji is given the perfect opportunity to kill Plopsky and Spawn, to plant and to pick his spot. Definitely not what NiP needed.
Oh, VP have all bundled out of long. And already cleared that cold position. Can stand on the barrel to safely jump throw a Molotov to that spot. Barrel by the long doors. So that previous round, they could have done the close smoke for CT Spawn to avoid that AWP getting secured by Ninjas in Pajamas. Not everybody knows that one. I've only seen MSL use it actually. Never seen anybody else use it, but it's good to know. Well then, Hampus has given NiP a chance. I say that though, his teammates don't believe and they will be backing away to T-spawn. So seeing repeated outmaneuvering of Ninjas in Pajamas but having to hold on to weapons. We saw some aggression when they were lacking a full buy up mid. But time and time again, Virtus.pro are just getting enough success where NiP have to give up on things. And VP moves to 5.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Hampus, you know, like he's floating around CT, but everyone else was already away. And so getting that 3-on-4 doesn't really entice you back in if you're NiP. I want to see NiP try and bring double orbs into the fray. You know, like we see them do that a good deal, right? Hampus can don it, as can Twist, right? Used to be the guy picking it up on this team. So you're more than capable of running it. You just need to get your ducks in order, right? You need to have the money there. Bit of a fight through the mid doors. Ultimately, though, nothing really going to come of it. VP with the mid aggression. Just running down middle, man. Look at them. Running down suicide, straight down into mid. They lose Sanji at long. And now they might hit the big green button to accelerate the pace in towards this B bomb site. Yakinda very, very fast in through middle. And they catch the first man. Now back inside of the site. There's one more where that came from. And Buster is there to take him out. Just going to be the save again for NiP on these two players that have weapons. VP really starting to pick up momentum, starting to run away with this second map. And it can feel so punishing with NiP being on this CT side, especially on a map like Dust, right? You really feel, you know, lacks of utility that round there with nothing to delay the B play, nothing to hold on to middle. It does just fall apart, and it forces this save, right? This is one of the things about Dust. It's a bit like Inferno. The round can just end after 2 kills have come in. If they just happen to be in towards one of these bomb sites.
Save will net a rebuy with some extra bonus money, but NiP are still in a pretty rough spot right now. 6-3. VP picking up the pace, picking up the pieces, fast out long. All the corner smoke misses. NiP throw their own to cross to the pit, and Rez gets there in time, but Kicker is keeping that position in mind. Rez, oh boy, it's gonna get Molly pushed out open, Kicker dead, and Rez now with a chance for a double down. He's done it with the smoke, finding a third, and that's a beautiful hold from Rez. It's actually Propsky to help him out there as well. James gets a B pick, but that is it. Far away from the action. And no bomb either.
See Hampus not moving from B, not wanting to get caught out on the rotation, having no idea where James could be. Well, it could be everywhere apart from long right now. And Hampus has $50, so losing the AWP would not be worthwhile. So James got 1 minute to consider his options. He's got $10,000 in the bank. I suppose a question is, does he identify that they have 2 AWPs already? If so, maybe it's about doing some damage, but how does he do some on a choke point like long doors? Seems he'll be hanging out, lurking, loitering, standing by the bins. It's a nice hold on long from Ninjas in Pajamas, focusing on the frags rather than the flashes. Dispatching of 4. Well then, Orb versus Orb pulls out the HE grade when he's got a Tech 9. Interesting approach. Get caught in between with the USP. And that gives NiP another round on their CT side. Much needed as well. The way the momentum has looked for Virtus.pro, I think all these rounds will be very key for Ninjas in Pajamas in this first half.
Still looking to fight. They haven't crossed yet. The AWP is in middle. Kicker. Oh, I thought he was going to run through there. That would have been surefire death to Rez. They are going for a B play though. Kicker throwing in the mid to B. If Rez just drops immediately, they should have a strong hold on this site, but oh, that's a great kill. Nothing for Kicker. Now the B play desperate, and Twist has picked up one. Hampus waiting at the doors to draw them in. Twist doing more damage by the second, and they can't get him out of this position. They're being mollied back and forward. No one knows where to go, and maybe back to spawn is the only solution. Kinder, does he throw the AWP out? I mean, they've got a double anyway, so it won't really make a difference. So he's going to try and convolute things, get a kill on an aggressing CT. He might find one in spawn.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of faith, but only for a moment. Plopsky nailing him. 5 on the board for NiP. Still plenty of money for Virtus.pro though in there. That's always going to be the worry here, right? NiP really do have to grind their way back into this game. Although with little plays like that from Twist and Co, maybe it's doable after all. Hampus as well, looking real good. I mentioned how, you know, you often see him kind of donning this AWP second. I think that's a pretty interesting thing to think about as well. You know, when you've got Twist on this team who used to be the main AWP, that we do see Hampus donning it a lot alongside Norg. This round, you've already lost Rez early on. Plopsky falling back into the A site, but Long is given up. Long is taken by VP. So what's the response going to be from NiP on this occasion?
Well, Twister's in a very aggressive position on B, which, being a man down, may help them towards A. Because see Hampus moving now, wondering with the AWP, his teammates may need some support here. Plopsky will look to create some space and thwart the timing. Spray is nice. One must be careful though. So there's plenty of players who could spray back. Not sure how many have been identified. You can see North swinging now, adding some utility as well. HE won't make a fatal connection. Sanji looking to face the site now, 21 HP. Has an angle on a sniper. How does North go for the re-peek now? Needs some utility support. There's a smoke to create some space. Sanji will fall to the flames, heading towards 20 seconds to plant his bomb now. 2 versus 3 in favor of Ninjas in Pajamas.
Oh.
Uh-oh, look at the orbs, they're walking up. It's not even a retake. They're here before the bomb makes it to the site. Good luck. Hampus in the back, and Nork will help him out. That's so brutal. That molly thrown in. 2 of them, in fact. One by Hampus. Another one comes in on the site to deny the plant and stalls it out just for long enough to let NiP get up close behind. They're recovering. They're showing us something here on the CT side. Not going down for free. VP are going to have to work harder if they want to win this map in 2.
What an interesting position NiP suddenly find themselves in. There's the fast smoke for the Xbox fastest. Virtus.pro now reduced to pistols. Got some pop flashes for mid doors here, I think. There we go. Nobody home. You can see NiP playing from range, not looking to be close to those doors. So they've got a good idea as to where their opponent's economy is, which has only become a harder and harder thing to keep a track of in this game. See the bomb lurking towards B tunnels. 3-0-2 set up now for Ninjas in Pajamas. 2 AWPs continue. And once again, we've got a very slow round here.
Through the smoke. Twist, that's a lovely spray. Can he get into B? No, he's shot the back. Didn't think there were more. They were a little late out the doors, but still should be a fine round for NiP, unless James can do something, Phil. Oh, no, he's caught in the doors. Plant's good, but nothing else, surely. Sanji, no armor with this AK. Will get behind the big box, but this should be a tradable position. They also have 2 mollies.
Is it the ace clutch? That's the question. Pressure's on for Sanji, and then with the first swing, the flash denies the early peek. The Molotov forces him out and makes him take a fight he didn't really want to take. NiP in the lead now, 7-6. All right. Things are looking up. Things are looking good. Hampus really being the difference maker here. You know, like stepping up so much so, man. That double orb, in my eyes, this game, he's been the only man with the orb really making much of a difference. Nork's had a pretty quiet time of things. Hampus, oh, look at this. They don't even play, well, they do play late B, but only 1 man there. Instead, lots of attention towards this A-bomb site, and this is them attempting to make a bit of a read. Virtus.pro do actually send a good few players over here towards mid and long, so these orbs, a chance for them now.
Oh, Nork. Knives out. Good shot. James has been getting picked apart in this map. Not quite the same as the last. Cat. Oh, he kills the orb like nothing. Rez is on the wide angle though, is able to trade. That could have been massive if Yakinda gets away. Oh, can he not see? It looked like he had it. Maybe someone called that off of Buster's POV on his head. But now he's dead, and 2v4 with a flank out long as well. This looks done. Well played by NiP. They've been, you know, given a chance here, a breath of fresh air. And they're winning the half, whether VP like it or not. Welcome back, NiP VP, and map number 2, it's VP's pick, but the Ninjas are sitting one ahead at the half. Pretty damn good CT side, man, and I think VP have got their work cut out for them here as NiP set fast towards the B-bomb site. Look at the CT setup though, 2 there,
that's juicy.
and 4 in middle. Oh, quick goosh. They're not going to push off of it though.
Ooh, little USP tap from Buster. And now the rest of NiP down 3 lower tunnels, but look at James with the aim. Maybe even best in the game, who knows? Holding on to mid. I only settled that because it rhymed. James nuts, but...
Put some respect on James,
yeah.
man.
Well, you know, I did just say best in the game. Don't get
you immediately
much more respectful than that.
Took it away.
Well, yeah, can't give him praise for too long. Ego would get too big, wouldn't it?
He can't hear us, don't worry.
Oh,
It's just me and you.
It's just us. Me, you, and James hanging out. No one else can hear a word. Look at this inside of the A site. Twist, waiting, trying to buy time. You want to know why? Big hammers, big H-man, wrapping up through short, and now he's really got to deliver. Now the bomb, I don't think is planted for him. Oh, it's up. Is it up on top? I can't actually tell. Yeah, I don't think it's planted. Yeah, kind of is. They're boosting though to, or not boosting. He's up on the half wall to grab the defuse.
Yo,
that's a neat way to defuse that.
I've never seen anyone do it from the ledge, right? I guess maybe it has to be close to you so you can reach, but usually you got to jump on the box, which is, you know, safe to say, pretty out in the open. But a good defuse there and plenty of cover for VP. So that's their pistol.
Or maybe we'll see a faster pace now that Ninjas in Pajamas are on the T side. Or maybe because Virtus.pro are on the CT side, because we got a 2-man push immediately. And Virtus.pro have essentially taken B halls with a smoke towards T spawn. Don't see that too often. There's a big reposition from Virtus.pro. Keep an eye on him on the radar. This will be heard though by Hampus. But even though he's heard it, there's only 3 players left for Ninjas in Pajamas. There's a swing on long now and a 2-man spray down from Yakinda. Virtus.pro, savage aggression in round number 2. Hampus now 1 versus 5 with the AK-47. The first engagement will cost him most of his health. At this point, he's somewhat doomed to lose the AK-47, but maybe he can make it expensive for Virtus.pro. Take some of their weapons away as well. 47 seconds and James creeps with the scout. What is safe now for Hampus? Over the top of the smoke. Keycat's got New York. Worst scenario for Hampus, and Virtus.pro make it to 9.
Yeah, you couldn't have imagined a worse situation to drop into there if you're Hampus. We're seeing nice stuff out of VP. Oh, look at James now and Buster. Am I reading that right? Have they gone for the double Nova buy? This isn't my eyes playing tricks on me. No, this is real. This is real. Okay, this is where we're at now. Double Novas for VP. James is ecstatic with what he's seeing on his screen.
Oh, I'm loving it. Makes me want to get mine out.
Whip it out for the boys, James. Let's get it. Buster in here in the top tunnel. James not with him. Well, they are together, but like, you know, not right next door. They're just hanging out. They're not playing the trade game. Instead, they're holding. And this Nova, here it is. Ooh, baby. Here it is. There's the tap on to the first man out of the round for NiP. It's Twist removed. Now they know about one of the Novas. The fear is already instilled. It's creeping in, and there it is, far enough for even more damage. That is all the way into D-spawn with the Nova. The Dink down to 30, and another Nova's wrapping in through T-ramp. Oh, no. They're trying to bait him for the Nova, and there it is. Oh, that's lovely. VP, I love you. You're bringing Novas back into Counter-Strike.
Call it the cash machine. It really is. They all are. With the Nova especially available on both sides. It's done its job. It'll be disposed of. The map control as well. No respect from Virtus.pro. So confident on Dust 2. They'll extend their lead as the AKs come out for Ninjas in Pajamas. Nork on the AWP. See 3 players make their way towards lower tunnel. An elbow has surely been spotted. The crouch pick won't be fast enough, because James is very fast indeed. I remember at E-League, Skadoodle was significantly the fastest reacting player. I wonder how James would match up to him in that respect. Doing pretty good though, versus the people who are still left in Counter-Strike. 5 on 3 now. Again, that rotation heard, and that's going to be a swing from NiP, but he didn't get anything out of it. And now Nork's the one in no man land who gets victimized by Virtus.pro. 5 versus 2. The bomb is stuck. Klopsky needs help. Help is on the way from Twist, but where can they go?
Oh, good flash. They're still fighting the hedge angle. There's so much blood. Hard to see the targets. Just keep tip-tapping. Plopsky is alone. 1 on 5, and the cat flank. Well, some missed shots, but Kiki gets the kill eventually, and VP find 11 with a flawless round as well. That's good for the money, it's good for the confidence, and it's even better for the elimination, which is VP, which is exactly what they're trying to get, what they're trying to put down upon NiP here in the second map, yet to field a T-sided round. And the money ain't getting better. Tag timeout, and NiP taking a moment to figure out what they want to do moving forward.
I don't know, man. How do you mentally recover from the double Nova play? I don't know if you do. I don't know if that's already past the point. Because I'm pretty sure that's why you use that gun, as the psychological warfare machine that it is. Scout on hampers, pistol armor for everyone else, and that's all they're relying on. Lots of attention, lots of love towards that B site early on, but no rush. Molotovs are down in the tunnel. So for the time being, it's slow and steady for NiP.
With cheeky peek. HE might do some damage. Grenades to delay. What will NiP do? Slowly back out. And we're walking into a crossfire. Maybe Hampers can get something done in the meantime. Sanji holds on to his Molotov. Even though he's very alone on this A bomb site. James could potentially flash behind him. Oh, he's in trouble now. That molly's coming way too late. Swing and a miss from James. Sanji's limited in where he can peek. Manages to avoid the flashbang at the very least. Bomb dropped on the site. You'll hear that. Got your Kindar for support as well, I think. Well, Kiko was here. Here's your Kindar swinging first. Sanji still alive somehow. Ooh. And there he is, Sanji. Rez makes his way up long. Got to land some deagle shots. There's one, and he's found himself an AWP now. Sanji low health. Could get tagged by a 1 deagle shot in that short boost position. Rez doesn't know where he is. High ground or low, it's uncertain. But there are 25 seconds to plant this bomb. That much is certain. And that clock is only getting worse. But how patient will Sanji be? Got the footsteps now, knows the position. Rez still checking everywhere. Sanji starting to creep. Could be Gandalf as well. There he is, says hello, and it's a 12th round for Virtus.pro.
Very well played, especially considering they last saw him on site, right? With the bomb down, Gandalf or short would be the expected position, but dropping elevator, why would he be there? Cheeky play for Sanji, and the walk on the ramp finds VP12. Dangerous game to wide swing. I can't remember who that was. Maybe it was Buster or Kiko who just wide swings the dig on Rez there. You know how good this guy is with pistols, but it's not a worry. By the NiP, they only have pistols there. They made that damn close, and now with the guns out, maybe they can run wild. Traded by the Molotov though on long, fast up the catwalk. No one to stop them, but the spot is there for Jame with the orb. Info gained, and Yakinda coming to help out with that scope of his own. He's actually dropping spawn. He's made the read ahead of time. No insinuation that NiP were going mid to B, but they dropped the smoke. They speeded up fast, and Yakinda goes through it to trade 1-for-1. Only Buster at B, and he's gone as well. No hold on this site. They needed that kill, and now the retake is going to be so difficult, almost impossible, if not guaranteed by that death of Sanji. So James got to get out of there with the orb, but don't worry, he's great at that. They're already hunting. They know.
But that's one of the things that's so sick about Jame is like everyone knows he's going to go for the save. And so, yeah, like you're going to go hunting for him. Not many teams get away with actually taking the gun away, you know, and that's why he's so sick at this. In through the long doors comes Rez, and at present, James not aware. No, but as I say, Jame now aware. And there it is. No one could ever stop this guy from saving, man. He's the king. Still, not on the board for NiP. They get the round. That's what matters. Perhaps most importantly, they've ruined the money on VP's side. So, you know, as long as you can get around Jame, as long as you can get around this 1M4 as well that's been dropped over into play by Jame, then maybe, just maybe, you're in with the chance of getting a nice easy 10th on the board.
I don't think anyone uses USB plugs on their monitors.
No.
Well then, Ninjas in Pajamas are 3 rounds behind. They've got 2 AWPs to contend against in round 22 from Virtus.pro. Oh, big play into long from Plopsky will be denied. A lone soldier. There are 2 smokes around the mid doors, and Buster is waiting. Getting closer, actually. Could get caught by a flashbang here. Actually, no one's in position to throw one. They're all a little bit too close. Sanji will see the footwork first. There's a flashbang for him, and down goes Twist. Support flash from Buster will give great position and numbers for Virtus.pro. Nork is alone now. 1 versus 5. No one's been taken out just yet. Tagged through the corner of the wall. Nowhere to go. As we've got CTs in T-spawn. Virtus.pro make it to 13.
What a play by VP to put both AWPs in the B bomb site. When I saw Buster by the AWP, it made sense. He's had trouble anchoring B and even going 1-for-1 when he gets split. But, you know, I thought he'd just sit back plat with the AWP. Instead, that's Jame. Buster's fighting mid, flashed in, flashing Sanji in through spawn. And yeah, I double AWP in B. Hey, it works. Big risk, considering if the T's go fast out long, if they take Cat, you firstly don't have an AWP to put up any kind of resistance on that A site, but on top of that, you're left with 2 AWPs in the retake. Like, lucky VP read that well, because that could have just been a free round to NiP due to circumstance, but hey, they hang on, they hold on, and now they can split these AWPs up, put Jame back on long, get Buster in the back of the B site. But yeah, great round for VP, nice and clean as well. It's always a confidence and money booster. 13 rounds, 3 away from the semi-finals. And SMGs to stop them getting there. Not a pretty purchase at all. Good luck, Buster.
Ooh. Our first flash goes over.
3 here.
And now he's ready. Don't know how that doesn't connect. Buster. Oh, really getting cheated out of these, isn't he? Oh, dear. Eventually, something's got to hit. Instead, it's the swing from door that saves the day. Kicker with the mow down. Just Hampus left, AK and a Deagle in the 1v4 up through Cat. Doesn't like what he sees, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like NiP committing there is a bit of a silly move. They group 4 tunnels, they spot the AWP B. Hampus kills Yakinda pushing along the top mid. That's where he dies. And so what that does is that tells you, if you're NiP, that VP know you're in B, because Yakinda's cleared out so much the map. And so VP a triple B right there with Kicker and Buster being supported by one more. So yeah, you know, you're just guaranteeing you're walking into a stack if you're NiP there, which feels like a bit of a wasted round. Only low econ though, SMGs and a couple of guns. That being said, it's one of their few rifle rounds left in this T side, and VP taking it near flawlessly. Maybe James can be killed here by Hampus, but he'll probably need to jump off the box. Kicker will see him, and that's the kill to find 4 for Kicker and 14 for VP. CT side has been far better than the T side as well. NiP have only netted 1 round here.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough spot for them. Tactical pause will be called, but it's a very, very difficult spot for Ninjas in Pajamas now. Despite all those missed shots, they had next to no success on that B bomb site. And it won't get any better for them now. A lot of money made by Virtus.pro. 2 AWPs continue. And the money for NiP, I think, is awkward. We'll have a look at it when it's on the screen again. Everybody very focused. But NiP are nearing elimination. That much is clear. And we can see Kika keeping an eye on the high ground there, giving Sanji some protection. Well, the money will allow them to have the AK-47s out. I suppose they calculated it, which is why that last one died towards the end of that previous round. And it's Nork's turn to make his way towards Long. More successful than we saw previously. Has some support as well. So Long's been taken early. What is the second part of this plan for Ninjas in Pajamas?
Well, it certainly looks like the plan is to split this A site, right? They've still got this lower tunnels control that's slowly but surely creeping its way up into mid. You don't have a smoke, so that's the only thing that's a little bit weird. Not on any of these mid players, at least. That means if you're going to get to catwalk, you've just got to jump and hope that you survive the journey, which they will, luckily enough. Quick reaction from Twist. There's the re-peek at short, and he's doubled down. Jane is wrapped from long as well, and that's kind of sloppy for VP there. That one kind of falls apart. It's great work from Twist, you know, to get the 2 entries. Those 2 players trying to trade each other. Jane caught looking over towards Cat, right, but already Long's been given up, and NiP will push down. So it is just this save, 10 on the board for NiP. As once again, right, they're deep on the back foot as they're trying to make this comeback come in. Only difference now is that they've got this CT economy to go up against, and it feels a lot easier to break. Now, it's not going to be broken just yet, but the fact that you've been running double orbs for your VP means taking this orb out for NiP, if they're able to find Buster, has huge implications looking to the future. That's why we see them so vigorously trying to hunt down this saving player. They really want to get this orb out of Buster's hands, and they just can't seem to find him. They can't seem to deal with him. And so he keeps the AWP out for VP, and that makes all the difference now. He's able to bring another one out. Right, double AWP setup. Things are looking good still, and that grind is set to continue for NiP.
Yeah, obviously James gets caught here, but it is just a well-timed split by NiP. Obviously Twist gets 2 kills, and at that point James has to commit, right? He can't start turning around watching Long. He doesn't know the timing of their push. He knows they're coming catwalk, and a second's difference would have probably meant he got a kill there, but it still felt like a lost round out of the gate thanks to Twist, and
wow.
That is a miss. Somehow, some way, Nork steals the opener.
Thought that was a clean shot, but the server thought otherwise. VP backing away from long. Leo Kindar still moving around. We'll see Sanji in that goose position. Maybe we'll see if he knows the palm tree flash. Perhaps not, though, because teams at B split will be on. The bomb is to be collected in the tunnel by Plopsky, if not Twist. Chico's made some space for himself. Nobody rotating in from spawn at present. That org will be savage at the back of the bomb site. Down goes the bomb, leaving Nork in a 1 versus 3 to try and fix things, try and retrieve things. And the quick scope onto Sanji. Flashbang doesn't go where he would have liked. Can wallbang that position for the boost spot, but Kiko will get that final kill and put Virtus.pro on match point.
Yeah, he's won them their last 2 rounds with 4Ks, so some big heroics here from Kicker in the CT side of Dust. 21 kills, top of the server right now. You'd love to see it. And yeah, they can get a buy, but it ain't gonna be pretty. 2 Galils, a Deagle, the AWP at least here. An attack pause for NiP as they don't want to be eliminated from this tournament, but it's looking likely 5 chances for VP to find 1 round, and this will be NiP gone and VP to the semis.
Ooh. Now that's sad for NiP. They've lost a man early. They try to build back in, and these are good trades at least to leave the round open. Now, did they see Sanji just get down into the pit? They've already been swung from long. They're not ready for another man, and now suddenly the implications of this early mid-fight, leaving NiP a man down, up against 15, become all too clear. Hampus and Rez left alive to try and keep NiP in this game, and they've got it down to a 2-on-2 thanks to Hampus, who has been lights out in this series. Really doing everything he can to keep that dream alive for NiP. Him and Rez creeping down through middle and waiting over here in mid. You do have Kicker. Meanwhile, James pushed down Catwalk as well. A very, very good read from VP on this one, right? Both players fixated on mid. Early info available to James, potentially even a kill as well, but no one's going to come his way. So they get past James, but he's very, very quick on this rotation. Could just even elect to drop down through the Catwalk instead. Silent flanking around behind, and he just misses the timing. Is this going to be an attempt at the clutch for James, or will it just be the save? Because the money is pretty screwed for VP. So that might force his hand to just keep the AWP alive.
Seems that may be the case. While most of the team are on double eco territory, can still win with just the AWP. As unlikely as it is, where there is an AWP, there is opportunity. He wants one above the waist. Another opportunity. Let's see a wallbang. Come on. Nope. Not even the wallbang. I'm kind of curious now if that would have landed. Well, that's one test survived by Ninjas in Pajamas. There are 4 more to come, and that's just for overtime.
Yeah, the difference there, they finally get the long pick out of spawn, right? Just hitting the doors. VP have often won that battle early, like Kicker getting the first kill, and then NiP's just hero player out long gone, and they're left 4v5. Now it's James doing it all, at least he has to, if they want to win this round and close it here. It's a great opener though. Plopsky, fast, Cat, dead. There's so many mid players here for VP. They want to push together. They want to... Oh boy, bye James. Jumping the door. That's a great trade from Sanji, though. The orb's gone from the T side. Cat is taken. They know James isn't here. Hampus needs to take space while he still can. Yakinda pushing mid, picked by Lower.
The bomb's one short, though.
Yeah, this is a very weird round.
Yeah, the bomb was stuck in the scopes of Sanji, and maybe that's why one of the VP players just ran through middle doors there, perhaps expecting the T's to be elsewhere, and dying in that fashion maybe severely weakened the chances here for Virtus.pro, and it seems that the save simulator will be turned on. Despite the bomb still not being rescued just yet, they'll secure more angles of Hampus in CT spawn, get some smokes up, some flashes, make it as safe as possible. Can't give this team too many opportunities versus Pro. So it's protect the VIP mode, and they will create a ring of protection around Rez to plant that bomb. As again, Sanji and Kika will try to hold on to the sniper rifle for the buy round to come. A light buy here in this round. The Kika will be the information man. Just create some space for Sanji to fall back into should he need to. And NiP will head towards 12. If they are somehow able to take Dust 2, Train would be the decider. This does feel a bit like the 36 Chambers of Death right now. They're going through them one by one. There's a security for the AWP gone. Sanji misses the flick, and there goes the AWP as well. But of course, James has exactly 4750.
Ah, funny that. Might even want to save one more though, right? Like buying here does not feel viable.
Well, if they buy here, they get 2 buys. They buy at 12 and they buy at 14. So they kind of have to buy him.
Ooh, 2 players aren't going to be well armed or are going to be missing something like util. Yeah, we got a Famas, we got a Deagle. We haven't got a kit. It's not a pretty buy, but yeah, as said, you're getting 2 out before OT, which is at least better than 1. Numbers dictate. Group towards B with the bomb as well. Kick it close on the doors. He has been the hero of VP's last 2 rounds. 4 kills in each of them. Oh, they go through that door. What? He's so blind. Out of the picture immediately. No one expecting that kind of play. That smoke is for jumping up Xbox, but they flash through. They basically screw their own vision. If there's an AWP there on the corner who's not blind, they're dead. Thank goodness the flash works. Nice little cheeky play for NiP to set up in this round.
Yeah, the scary part is like with where VP are positioned on the map, if someone doesn't step up massively, this could just be a save already, you know, like from the get-go, with NiP being a man up.